Hello. Welcome back to episode 2 of Las Chismosas.
We made it.
Yay. Thank you for everyone that listened last week. It was more than the 2 people I thought we would have, so that's a win. Mandy, guess how many followers we had send us some juicy stories?
Oh,
Well, guess.
3.
Actually, not.
Oh.
0.
Well, damn.
But I think it's my fault because I definitely told you guys the wrong email the last episode. I did put it in the bio, but I know a lot of people don't like to read. So the correct address, you guys, is gimme, Gimme, Chisme, Chisme, 12 at gmail.com. Gotta add that 1 and the 2. So if you happen to send any stories to the email I told you last week, I don't know who they went to, and I can't promise your secret is safe. I can't. But anyways, yeah, if you guys want to send us your stories, please feel free to use the updated email. It'll be in our bio. We are also on Instagram. Yay. I will put that in our description below as well. That way, if you don't want to email, because I know emailing is for old people sometimes, DM us on Instagram, and we'll tell your business. But again, we won't tell anyone. It's your business. Welcome back. We're happy you're here. Normally, we like to have a wine with our tea, but it's currently 3:30 in the afternoon, so it just seems like a little bit early for wine. So today, we are trying out Dutch Bros holiday drinks, sponsored by Dutch Bros. Not really, but somebody tell Dutch Bros to sponsor us because we go there enough.
Great.
If you do check out our Instagram, you can see the cool hats we did get for free. So I am going to say it's sponsored because we got free shit from Dutch Bros. Anyway, so we are trying out their holiday drinks. We'll be sipping on them throughout this episode, and we'll let you know our thoughts at the end. Cool. You ready to get started, Mandy?
Let's do it.
All right, story number 1. Story number 1 is called The Scammer, and she's a lengthy one, so make sure you're sitting. So, Brett met his wife Jane 8 years ago. They were long distance for 2 years, then they got engaged. She sold her home and moved 4 hours away to be with him. She put the money from selling her home and her business into savings. Now, she was a little hesitant to move to a city because her sister Annie only lived 90 minutes away, and she didn't want to live that close to her. According to Jane, Annie was a stripper, which there's nothing wrong with being a stripper.
Not at all.
Okay.
I don't judge.
No. And an addict, along with her husband, who was a dangerous ex-con. Jane said all kinds of things about her sister, such as her sister slept with her ex-fiance a week before their wedding. Her sister wrecked her cars and stole from their dying grandmother.
Oof.
I know, right? Jane has completely cut off her family because she doesn't want any more trauma of dealing with her sister. Jane worked multiple jobs on top of owning her business because Annie committed credit card fraud in Jane's name. Now, Brett, who was very financially secure, offered to pay for a lawyer, but Jane said she couldn't do that to her little sister. So instead, he paid off all $30,000 of her credit card debt that she was in.
Jesus.
Only for it to happen again like a year later. She begged Brett just to pay it off and not to press charges, which ended up in him spending an additional $15,000 to get her out of that debt. However, he did let Jane know that if this did happen again, he would be pressing charges. Well, some time passes, and after a while, Jane's car gets repossessed out of the blue. And when Brett questions her about it, she stated that she didn't have any money left from her house or her business because she had been giving it to Annie, as Annie had gotten into trouble with drug dealers and Jane was paying her to stay away. Jane once again begged Brett not to press charges, but at that point, Brett had it. So the next day, he found Annie's phone number and called Annie to tell her he was pressing charges. Annie laughed and told him she didn't know why he was so trusting of Jane and wished him good luck with pressing charges on her. Brett ultimately decided not to press charges after talking to his in-laws. So, more time passes, and now Jane is pregnant. And Jane, having not seen a good amount of her family, told Brett she wanted to invite her family to the baby shower. And so everybody's there, kikiing, having a good time, and the cousins ask Brett, "Where's Annie? And why isn't Annie here?" And so Brett said, "Well, Annie ain't here," because, he's going to stick up for his woman. And he said, "Well, Annie ain't here because she's toxic, and we don't need that kind of energy around here." And the cousins looked really confused, and they asked what he had known about Annie up to that point. So, of course, he recapped everything that Jane had told him, and they looked shocked. So, the truth is, not only is Annie not a stripper or an addict, but she's a college professor, and her husband is a renowned scientist. So, Jane had been lying to him this whole time about all this, all these things that Jane had been saying about Annie, which were not true. And so now he's starting to question if the baby that she's carrying is really even his, because she's lied to this point. And that's the story. What are our thoughts?
Let me just say, I would never fork over $45,000 for somebody.
No one.
I'm sorry. If we're married, yeah, great. But we're going to work through this together, and we're going to do like half and half or something. And to not do anything about it, I would be questioning way before that. Like, that's a lot of money. Where did it go to? Have you disputed? Like, I don't know. I feel like he was too naive.
Yeah, I agree. If Bryce was like, I'm $30,000 in debt because my brother spent this money, I'd be like, let's hit up your brother, okay?
Yeah, I'd be like, we're gonna do this together. Same thing with Tony. Like, there ain't no way of us just like let's just pay it off and go about our day.
I'm straight to suing. I don't care who it is. I'm suing.
But there's so many more, like...
And, like, I get, like, okay, I think Bryce is always going to be on my side. Like, let me tell you this story about my mom and my dad. So my mom was yelling at a waitress one time because she got the wrong order, and the waitress was telling her, you ordered wrong or whatever, this is what you ordered. And my dad was like, no, she didn't, she ordered something different. And then after we left the restaurant, he was like, babe, I really do think you ordered the wrong thing.
So Tony does the same thing with me. Tony, he will straight have my back to the day I die, but behind closed doors he's like, hey, by the way,
right,
you really didn't do
so
that.
like, I get having your wife's back in public, like, you're not gonna embarrass your wife, but when you at home, I'd be like, now let's talk about this $30,000 in credit card debt.
Yeah, let's figure this out, but also let's question it more. Like, but as a person, like, I don't know how everybody else is, but with me, whenever it comes to like money and stuff, I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of research on her sister. And then also, if she's the professor and at a college, if you do research, like you look her up, I'm pretty sure you'd find Google would say like, hey, this is where she works.
He said on his little, online thing that he looked her up on Facebook. You're telling me you known this woman for 8 years and you never bothered to look up her sister on Facebook?
Right.
Not me. You know what? I think this is a classic case of what happens when you're not a chismosa. Okay? Because when you're in the business, you find out a lot of things really quickly. And Mandy and I would not have paid $45,000 on credit card debt because we would have found out real quick that Jane's a liar.
Yeah.
Jane, you fucked up. Okay? Like, that is... girlfriend... I don't know, you need some therapy. Maybe you have an addiction to shopping or something.
But that's also just dumb. Like, why would you invite your family knowing you're the dumb one? Like, you're the liar. But I'm going to invite my family where my husband's at. You didn't plan that out,
It's like she was begging for it.
Exactly. Like, she was like, okay, I'm tired. I need to get caught. I don't want to be the one to say it.
Yeah. I wonder what was going through her head. Like, knowing that she had lied about literally everything and like her sister scamming her and being a drug addict. I want to know what went through her head where she was like, this is a good idea.
Right. Like, what happened and what started that to make you feel like, oh, you know what? I'm going to put my sister in the story.
I don't know, man.
Because I know, like, with me and my sister, like, we've had our moments, but I would never be like, yeah, no, she's completely, like, drug addict and she's a liar and... Like, you just...
Well, it's one thing if it's true.
Yeah, exactly. But for you to, like, throw your whole life and saying that it's a lie...
If I'm going to make up a lie about somebody, I'm going to do it about an acquaintance that I don't run into. You know?
Yeah, somebody who, like, they would never have any clue. Oh, I had a stalker 6 years ago.
Yeah, see, I would have been smart.
Like, that's what I would have said.
Jane, our advice to you is either get your life together or be a better liar.
Absolutely.
Brett, you gotta start being nosy. Okay, we are nosy for the fun, me and Mandy, but we're also nosy because we like to know everything. We don't want to be looking like a fool. So, there's some friendly advice there.
Yeah,
some friendly advice.
Poor guy. He's having a kid with her.
Oh, yeah, I hope it's his kid, or maybe it's not his kid. And he's like scot-free.
Or what if she's like the last one where she's faking being pregnant?
Yeah, have you seen an ultrasound, Brett? We need to know. Let us know. DM us. I found you on Reddit. I'll find you again.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. All right, awesome. Okay, that was a good story.
It was.
Story number 2. Story number 2 is a short one, but she's good. It's called Stinky Pete.
Mm-hmm.
So, Angie is living with her ex-boyfriend. And you may ask why. And the reason is because the economy sucks. Okay? If you're on a lease, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And sometimes that means living with your ex-boyfriend. The reason they broke up, and this is where the juicy part comes in, is because of his severe lack of hygiene. This man would only brush his teeth once a week and shower every 3 to 4 days.
Absolutely not.
Even though he had a very manually intensive outdoor job. So he was getting sweaty and he was getting stanky. Smelled a lot like booty. Angie wishes there was a way to warn women that he's dating that they will constantly fight about him needing to shower before he gets oral. Because yes, he felt like he didn't need to. We'll talk about that in a minute. She feels as if he's catfishing women, as now he will only shower if he has a date, so his ladies think he's well put together. Be careful, ladies. You don't want to get stuck with Stinky Pete. And Angie, the chismosas that we are here for you. We're warning all the ladies about this Stinky Pete, okay? So what we need to do when we're dating men is we need to ask them about their shower routine and their dental hygiene, because gingivitis is contagious, okay? It's contagious. Anyway.
You could really bring that up in like a casual, like, so this economy is horrible. How much is your water bill? And if he's like, oh, it's like $30, you're like, you're not using enough water.
Yeah, right. Or even like, oh, like, what do you do for a living? Oh, I work in construction. Oh, so you're outside a lot. You smell really good. Do you like shower all the time, or
what kind of body wash do you use?
Yeah. What do you shower? I'm so glad I'm married, because I never thought you would have to ask somebody, like, are you showering on the regular, or is it kind of like an intermittent thing?
You see, I really got lucky with Tony. Whenever I got with him, he would shower like 3 times a day, and I'm like, okay, sir, what are you, like, you just showered.
Does
and he's
Tony
like, I just
have brothers?
No.
He's all sisters?
No, he doesn't have, he does, but he doesn't really, like, know them. So he never really lived with them. It was just him.
So you grew up only child?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I feel like if you either grew up, like, only child, and you were, like, a little spoiled, like you're a mama's boy, or if you were like my friends and my husband grew up with his sister, and then my friend grew up with 3 girls, I feel like they have more like, oh, this bothers women, I'm not gonna do this. Absolutely. I'm gonna put the toilet seat down. I'm gonna make sure I don't smell like butt.
Yeah, definitely. But I also kind of feel like, I don't know, she's an ex-girlfriend. She's just living with the dude. It's really not her place anymore. Like, I get she's wanting to do the right thing and warn these women. But also, I gotta admit, if I go on a date with a guy and then his ex is there, or like if I somehow get a message from his ex, hey, just to let you know, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, and I feel like maybe that's why she went on like the anonymous platform, is because she was like, I mean, it's not my circus, not my monkey.
Exactly.
But also, like, I just want somebody. I need to tell somebody,
just
because
a heads up.
Yeah, she feels like, you know, when you're a girl's girl, you want to warn women,
But also, she probably doesn't want them to go through what she had to go through.
Yeah, literally. That's what she talked about. Is like she had so many arguments with this man, and it was like the fact that it was arguments about his hygiene. It's like that should be a given, that you're hygienic, clean yourself, take a bath, like take a shower, brush your teeth.
Very much. The brushing the teeth part once a week. Okay.
I repeat, gingivitis is contagious. Okay.
You definitely gotta brush your teeth at least once a day. And sometimes, you know, you get busy. Twice a day is preferred. I like to brush my teeth twice a day, but sometimes I'm tired. But I will always brush my teeth in the mornings. Like, I cannot get out of bed and
because you taste your morning breath.
Yeah, and that's
taste it.
That's just nasty. There ain't nothing good about that. Nobody has good morning breath.
My babies even brush their teeth once a day, and they're babies. Okay, ladies, stand up. Okay, if your man's not washing his ass, that ain't your man no more. Find another one. Okay,
buy him loofahs and body wash.
Oh, right, good Christmas presents. Here's some deodorant. Here's some extra strength medicated body wash for you.
Don't buy Axe. That's nasty.
Literally, don't want to, because what is on this man's body And if you're having sex with this man, it's gonna affect the lady down there, okay?
Absolutely.
And she's sensitive. We need to protect our lady. Our lady is sacred. Okay?
Don't do it.
So yeah, that's a new ask for all the women out there in the dating world. Don't be afraid to ask a man his washing habits, because it will affect you later in life.
I'm so with you on that one. I'm so glad I don't have to date anymore.
Oh God, praise God.
Lord.
Praise God, and good luck to you that have to.
Yes. We wish you well.
We wish you well. All right, the next one. Oh my God, this story. Oh, it's crazy. Okay, this next story is called the Groomzilla. So Ian and his brother Lance are victims to the good old friend called male pattern baldness. It runs in their family. Ian and Lance decided to take two very different approaches to dealing with their baldness. Ian decided to get a hair transplant, and Lance decided to shave all of his hair off and rock the bald look. Now fast forward, Ian has this long, beautiful curly hair, and his brother Lance is fully embracing being bald. And guess what? Lance is getting married. Yay, marriage. We love it. So 2 weeks before the wedding, Lance and Ian are hanging out, and Lance tells Ian that he needs to cut his hair because Lance needs to be the best looking dude at his own wedding, and that his brother's going to outshine him with all the long, beautiful curly hair he has. Ian obviously says, like, no chance in hell. Like, not only was it a lot of work to grow out his hair, but also the cost of the hair transplants was so expensive. So, like, no chance in hell am I cutting off my hair. So when Lance leaves, Ian goes to take a shower and notices his shampoo smells really bad. And he quickly rinses it off. Unfortunately, the Nair had already done its work.
No.
And chunks of Ian's hair had started to fall out. Like, man had balding spots in his hair. So Ian, being the bad bitch that he is, called the cops on his brother. And when his fiance found out what Lance had done, his fiance broke up with him, and now the wedding is off. And his entire family is mad at Ian for ruining his brother's wedding and getting him sent to jail. You know what? I think Lance deserved it. I'm just going to say it.
I was like, wait, what? The family's mad at him because the brother was an ass?
If my sister ever made me look bald because she thought she wasn't going to look good enough for her wedding, I hope to hell my mama will be mad at her.
I'd sue.
Okay? Like, Lance, that sounds like an internal issue with yourself.
Yeah.
Okay?
You got some major, like, what is that? What is it? Like, not guilt,
Self-conscious.
Yes. That's what it is. Like some self-image issues.
Yes.
That you're projecting onto your brother. And that's not right.
Right. And, like, Lance, let's be honest. Like, even if someone's looking at your brother, the wedding is about you and your wife. Okay? You and your wife who are getting married. It's about y'all's wedding.
I guarantee you they're going to take 2 seconds to be like, oh, look at his hair.
Yeah, oh, his hair's so pretty. Oh, my God, this wedding is beautiful. Literally.
And they're honestly, they're more worried about the bride.
Literally. Like, I hate to tell you, Lance, no one's looking at you. They're looking at your boo. Well, she's not your boo anymore because you fucked up.
You get what you deserve.
Honestly, Lance, I really feel like you deserve it. Ian, I'm so sorry for your hair. I really hope it grew back, or it's growing back.
Does it grow back with implants and all that? Like, is that a thing?
I don't know. Well, apparently, when you get, like, the transplant, they take it from, like, this part of your head, which is, like, the back of your head, and they implant it into whatever.
Okay, so they just reuse.
It's supposed to, it's supposed to grow like normal hair, but I don't know if you suffer from being bald, like
the Nair cancels that out.
Yeah, I don't know, because you're supposed to be able to like cut it and stuff like normal.
Nair is like potent. Like that is some like.
That's why women do it instead of shaving their legs, because it works real good.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you use Nair, correct me if I'm wrong, internet, because I may be, but I feel like when you use Nair, isn't it supposed to like grow back thinner?
I think that's, yeah, I think that, or did they stop that? Because that was like a thing in the 80s and they realized chemicals are bad.
I don't know, because it still smells like ass.
Oh, yeah. I remember when my mom used to use it growing up. I won't use it because of the smell. Like, I can't.
I still use it.
Absolutely not.
Your girl's too lazy to shave.
No, I would rather sit there and spend 45 minutes shaving than to use Nair and have to smell all that, because absolutely not.
Man, I feel so bad for Ian. Like, I wonder how long it took. He went from bald to long, beautiful, curly hair. I wonder how long it took him to, like, grow all that just to have his brother fuck him up like that. And what did his brother think was gonna happen? That
Right.
Ian was just gonna be like, oh, it's okay.
Oh, shucks, they went my hair.
Darn
Okay.
it, no hair for me.
Let's do your wedding.
Literally.
Absolutely. Like, people are dumb, man. They don't think all the way through. It's just like you had to have thought it, the process through.
Maybe he thought, like, oh, maybe he'll just think his hair is falling out and that I had nothing to do with it.
As a coincidence?
Did you not smell the nair before putting it in the shampoo bottle, Lance? Did you?
You're an idiot.
Dummy. All right. Wow. This is crazy. It's crazy. This last story, it's not as heavy. I would say it's more light and childish, but it's still good gossip that we love. We love to hear. Because we were all young children once, and we remember the stupid things that we did.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So this last story, it's called Sorry, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So Mikey is about 10 years old, and his dad took him to one of those Easter egg hunts that they do at the churches. At this Easter egg hunt, there were 5 golden eggs. And if you find one of these golden eggs... Sorry, guys, my calendar. If you find one of these golden eggs, you get a bike. Mikey really wanted that bike, but he didn't find a single golden egg. So he came out of that hunt sobbing because he was heartbroken about not getting a bike. And of course his dad asks him, like, what's wrong? And Mikey, who thought he might get a little extra attention from his dad, maybe like get an ice cream on the ride home or something, said that he found a golden egg, but one of the boys pushed him down and took it from him. Now, what Mikey didn't know was that his daddy don't play when it comes to his kids. And so what does Mikey's dad do? He marches right up to the event coordinator and tells them exactly what Mikey just told him. And so the coordinators, not wanting to make a scene at the church, decided to give Mikey the bike they had on display.
Oh, no.
And at this point, Mikey was like, I can't just tell everyone I was lying now. So he kept the bike. Sorry, Jesus.
Okay.
This is so fucking funny.
So, I'm going to tell this story real quick about my...
Oh, yes.
My
personal
child.
tea.
Yeah, I know, personal tea. Yeah, there's some personal cheese me coming on. So, I remember being like, I forgot, I was young, probably 11, 12 maybe. And we went around the neighborhood saying that we were doing a fundraiser for our church for like a baseball thing to raise money. All because I wanted to go to the skating rink. And I think my sister wanted to go to like the movies or something. I don't remember. But I felt so bad afterwards because it was like, you just don't do that. You don't bring Jesus into that.
I know, you're like Jesus saw all this happen.
Like now I'm like, you know how much trouble we could have got into over like $40 that we raised in the neighborhood asking these people for this? It is so bad. But I mean, kids will learn. It'll sit with him for the rest of his life.
Yeah, literally the only reason he posted the story on the internet was he's like, I just had to tell somebody.
Right.
But you know what? Kudos to Mikey's dad. Because if one of my girls would have come up to me and said, a little boy pushed me down, I'd be like, which one was it? And I'd be like, you and mom, let's go outside.
Exactly. But the fact that the dad decided to go straight, like, just bypass all of that and just go straight to the coordinator.
Yeah,
like,
dad's smart because I would have been in jail.
Exactly.
And his son got a free bike. And you know what? We love that.
The thought process is there.
God.
It's just...
Okay, ask of you guys because now I'm really curious. You can either comment in our podcast below or send us a DM on Instagram. I want to know the dumbest thing you guys did as kids. Like, I've got stories to tell of the dumb shit I did when I was a kid. Yeah, we used to paint rocks and then go around the neighborhood and sell the rocks we painted to neighbors.
Okay, but that's honest work. That's adorable.
They were painted very badly. I don't know why people bought them. And then one lady, she was really trying to get out of like paying us for rocks. She was like, "Oh, I only have coins," and we were like, "We love coins
That's
here."
fine.
And she's like, "Oh," so she like went back into her house and then came back and said, "Oh, I only have a checkbook." And we're like, "We take checks."
You can write it out to
Cash, please. we were hustling for money, and I think it was to go to the pool.
Yeah.
We wanted to go to the city pool, so we were like painting rocks. We sold lemonade, and if you bought our lemonade, I hope you didn't get sick because our hands were in it many times.
Lord.
I will never buy lemonade from a lemonade stand that a kid is holding, because I'm like, what did you put in there?
Mm-hmm.
How many boogers are in this
You
picture
can't
of
trust
juice?
the Play-Doh lemonade.
Oh, love it. Love it. Let us know your dumb kid stories. We want to hear them. And if they're good, we may even feature them on our podcast. Woo woo. Okay. That is the end of our episode.
Well, that was fun.
That was fun. I loved it. Since we were sipping on our holiday drinks sponsored by Dutch Bros. Did you hear that, Dutch Bros? Sponsored by Dutch Bros. Send us some merch.
Thanks.
What did you think of your holiday drink from Dutch Bros?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like it. I forgot
I
what
tasted
I got.
it. It's a candy cane cold brew.
That's what it is. Okay, the candy cane, it wants to be there, but it just didn't show up like it should.
Yeah, I think the issue is it tasted watery.
Yeah. Okay, there was another drink that they came out with whenever fall hit, and I tried it, and I can't remember it.
Oh, it was the sweater weather.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was another one. It was supposed to have like this like, I don't even remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Macadamia nut, I think.
Ooh, uh-huh.
I think that's what it was. But it was watered down as well, and I was so disappointed. So I wanted to try.
There's nothing worse than a watered down coffee.
Yeah, and it was brand new. But now that it's watered down,
Maybe it's just the cold brew.
maybe
Maybe we're just not vibing with the cold brew.
that's true.
Yeah. I got the hazelnut truffle mocha. I got it iced because I don't care what season it is. I will be icing my coffee, okay? And let me tell you, she was great. She was full. She was
good.
rich. She had caffeine in it because I was dying this morning, and now I feel alive.
Yeah. It was very creamy. It was very nice.
It was really good. I did have to poop. But, I mean, that just means the coffee's working.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So go get your holiday drinks from Dutch Bros.
Yeah.
Also, they were supposed to be giving out, like, friendship bracelets because it's, like, BFF Day or something like that. And so that's the whole reason we went to get coffee, was to get our friendship bracelets. But the Dutch Bros we went to didn't have friendship bracelets. So they were like, do you want hats? And I was like, I love a hat. Okay. And we look like Wayne's World.
Got me looking like Forrest Gump out here.
We look like Wayne's World.
Seriously, though, it is Wayne's World.
Yeah, there is a picture posted on our Instagram. You can see the full look. They're not good, but I'm still going to wear it because, I don't know, I enjoy torture. That's what it is. All right. So, we're getting to the part of the episode where, again, if you're chismosas like us who sit at home bored, we want to give you some stuff to do if you are Austin-based. So, Mandy, what do we got going on?
Okay, so if you haven't been to the Creek Show, this is the time. This is a free outdoor illuminated art exhibit. Oh, who doesn't love art? I'm always down to
Especially
look at
like
art.
twinkle light art. Come on.
Yes. So this is all commission Austin based artists, and they range from history to
History of
hydrology. Sorry, and it's happening all the way until November 18th. So you don't want to miss your chance. You want to go see this amazing display because honestly, it's a nice little just downtime.
Yeah, if you have kids, you can take your kids. If you don't have kids, there's lots of other fun stuff to do. I went last year with my friends. There was a drag show last year. I don't know if there's a drag show this year. But it was a lot of fun, and the exhibits are super duper cool, especially because it gets dark earlier. I feel like this is the one perk of it getting dark earlier, is you can go see this Creek Show. So it ends this Saturday. Don't miss your chance to go to the Creek Show, guys.
Oh, it is this Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's already the 16th.
Girl,
I keep forgetting.
I'm telling you, that Thanksgiving holiday just snuck up on me.
Yeah, it did.
All right. Also, this Saturday, if you have not been to the best drag show ever, hosted by Ritzy Bits, I cannot recommend it enough. If you are bringing someone to Austin for the first time, or you've never been to a drag show, this is the one to hit. Ritzy is such a good host. She slays all day. The queens always put on the best show every Saturday. It's a must-have experience. Last weekend, we saw Justice, and she did like a theatrical number. She had like a powdered wig on. She served. And then Celia Light is also there every weekend, and she is so good. I just cannot recommend the show to you guys enough. The show starts at 9 p.m. And usually on Saturdays, there's not a cover. So it's free to get in. Go give your money to the queens.
Even better.
Yeah, go support the LGBTQ community. Awesome. That is the end of our episode, guys. If you enjoyed this, please comment and give us a follow. We love to hear you guys' feedback. Again, if you want to send us any stories to share, you can reach us at Instagram, that I will link in the description below. And also you can send us an email to givemechisme12. Don't forget the 12. givemechisme12@gmail.com.
Also, if you'd like, you can just put a link in. If you see something or if you see a post on Facebook, just
Send
copy
it our
it and send it over.
way.
We will do the research and we'll look it up.
And we'll give you a shout out.
Absolutely.
We love that. Okay. Bye, guys. Hope you have a good Thanksgiving.
Bye.